Hello everyone, this is Payal Vaja. Welcome to Pharma Desert. In this video, we will discuss about Pharmacy Act Part 2. So let's get started. What about registration of pharmacist? In registration of pharmacist, the Pharmacy Act 1948, they provide for the registration of pharmacist. So there are two types of register. First one that is first register, second one that is subsequent register. So what are the procedure for registration of pharmacist? So according to Pharmacy Act 1948, they provide for the registration of pharmacist. So there are two type of register that is available for registration of pharmacist. First one is first register and second one is subsequent register. The preparation and maintenance of register. So how register that is prepared and after preparing that is maintained. First of all, the register shall include the following particulars, namely. So a register, they contain various information. First one, the full name and residential address of registered person. Second one, the date of his first admission to the register, his qualification for registration, and his professional address, and if he is employed by any person, the name of such person. And last one, such further particular as may be prescribed. So what are the steps for preparation and maintenance of register? So register, they shall include the following information. First one, that is the full name as well as residential address of registered person. After that, second one, the date of his first admission to the register. And third one, his qualification for the registration purpose. Fourth one, that is his professional address if he is employed by any person. So then mention the name of such person and such further particular that may be described or prescribed. What is the preparation of first register? In the preparation of first register, for the preparation of first register, the state government has to constitute a registration tribunal, and the tribunal consisting of three persons and a registrar act as a secretary. So what are the steps for preparation of first register? For the preparation of first register, state government, they constitute one registration tribunal. What is registration tribunal? So the tribunal consisting of three persons and fourth one, that is a registrar, and they are act as a secretary. And tribunal fixes the date on or before which all the applications for the registration with prescribed fees that are accepted and all the applications are examined. So if the tribunal is satisfied, then only it directs the entry of name of the applicant on the register. So tribunal, what are the role of tribunal? Tribunal, they fixes the date on or before all the applications for registration, as well as they take the prescribed fees and all the applications that are examined. And after examination, if tribunal officers were satisfied, then only they direct the entry of name of the applicant on the register. That is about first register. Steps for first register. Second one, what are the qualifications required for entry on first register? First one, applicant should be at least 18-year-old and applicant should reside or carries on the business or professor of pharmacy in the concerned state, and applicant should hold a degree or diploma in pharmacy, otherwise pharmaceutical chemistry, or they are chemist and druggist in diploma. So what are the qualifications that is required for entry on first register? So first qualification should be applicant should be at least 18-year-old. Second one, applicant should carries his business or profession of pharmacy in particular state. And next one, applicant should hold degree or diploma in pharmacy. Otherwise, they should hold a pharmaceutical chemistry, or they are act as a chemist and druggist in diploma. Next one, qualification that is granted by authority outside the India which is adequate for registration, or degree of an Indian university with not less than 3 years experience in dispensing in hospital. So next qualification that is granted by authority outside the India, and that is adequate for registration. Well, next one, that is degree of Indian university with not less than 3 year experience in the dispensing in a hospital, or dispensing of medicine in the hospital. Next one, second option, that is passed an examination for a dispenser, and this examination that is recognized by state government. And last one, that is not less than 5 year experience of compounding prior to the date that is notified by tribunal. So not less than 5 year experience of compounding prior to the date they are directly notified by tribunal officers. What about subsequent registers? Procedures for subsequent registration, that is from the registered pharmacist of the first register, constitution of state council takes place, the application that are invited within the fixed date and that are addressed to the registrar, and after that, if the registrar found that applicant has a requisite qualification, he may direct his or her name to be entered in register. So what are the procedure or steps for subsequent registration? In subsequent registration, first of all, from the registered pharmacist of first register constitution of state council, they directly takes place applications that are invited within the fixed date that are addressed to the registrar. So if the registered pharmacist that they enter her or his name on a first register, so the state council, it should take place, and applications that are invited within the time limit and addressed to and applications that are addressed to the registrar. After that, if the registrar found that applicant has a optimum qualification, and he may direct his or her name to be entered in the register. So that is a procedure for subsequent registration. Remaining two steps that are if applicant or application has been rejected by registrar. So if application, it should be rejected by registrar. So in that case, he or she may appeal to the state council within the 3 months of rejection. So pharmacist that may appeal to state council within the 3 months of rejection, and finally the decision of state council, it shall be final. What are the requirements for a subsequent registration? In the subsequent registration, applicants should be at least 18 years of age, and second one, applicants should carry on the profession of pharmacy in particular state. So what are the requirements for subsequent registration? First one, that is applicant should have at least 18 years of age, while second one, that is applicant should carry on the profession of pharmacy in particular state. What are the qualifications for subsequent registration? First one, there are 3 different type of qualifications that is prescribed. First one, that is after the preparation of first register and before the education regulation takes place. Second one, that is after education regulation takes place. And third one, special provisions. So all are the 3 qualifications that is required for subsequent registration. We will discuss one by one. First one, that is after the preparation of first register and before the education regulation takes place. So in that step, first one, that is satisfy the conditions that are already prescribed by central council or a registered pharmacist in another state. And third one is they possess a qualification for a registration that is granted outside the state and are at least matriculate. So what are the preparation of first register, after the preparation of first register, and before the education regulation takes place? What are the steps or a procedure? First one, that is satisfy the condition that is already prescribed by Central Council. Otherwise, second option, that is a registered pharmacist, any another state. Or third one, that is they possess a qualification for the registration that is granted outside the state and that are at least matriculates that is required for registration. What about second one, that is after the education regulation take effect? So after education regulation takes place, those who have passed an approved examination. Otherwise, second option, that is those who possess a qualification, and this qualification that is granted by authority outside the India and that is recognized by Pharmacy Council of India. Or last one, that is those who are registered pharmacist in another state. So after the education regulation takes place, three conditions. First one, that is those who have passed an approved examination. Otherwise, second option, that is those who possess a qualification and that is granted by authority outside the India and they are recognized by PCI. And third one, that is those who are registered pharmacist in another state. Next one, what about special provisions? In special provisions made under the Pharmacy Act according to 1959, and that is applied to the persons that is affected by partition in 1947 due to reorganization of state in 1956 and migrated to India. So provision made under the Pharmacy Act 1976 and qualifications that are mentioned according to 1976. So what are the special provision? In special provision, first one, that is provision that are made under the Pharmacy Act 1959 and that is applied to various persons. First one, they are directly affected by partition in 1947 and after 1947 due to reorganization of state, they are Pharmacy Act, it should be modified in 1956 and migrated to whole India. In provision that are made under the Pharmacy Act 1976. So according to 1976, qualification, that is which type of qualification it should be required. So those who possess a degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry, or second option, that is chemist and druggist, diploma of Indian University. Remaining options that are passed an examination recognized for dispenser by state government. So any person passed the examination that is recognized for dispenser by any state government. Otherwise, second option, that is person they approved as a qualified person before the 31st December 1969 under the DNC Act. And last one is any displaced person from a Bangladesh, Burma, Uganda, Sri Lanka were carrying a professor of pharmacy for the period of 5 years prior to date of application. So all are the about qualifications. What about the renewal fees? What are the steps for renewal of fees? First one, that is retention of name on the register and subject to the payment of prescribed fees annually before the first day of April, and if a renewal fees is not paid by due date, the registrar shall remove the name of the defaulter from the register. So what about renewal fees? In renewal fees, retention of name on the register, they are subjected to payment of prescribed fees annually. So for the retention of name on the register, we have to pay the prescribed fees annually before the 1st April. And if a renewal fees, it should be not paid by the due date. In that case, registrar shall remove the name of defaulter from the register. So if renewal fees, it should be not paid by due date. So in that case, registrar, they directly remove the name of registered pharmacist from its register, and provided that a name so removed, and that may be restored to the register on such conditions as may be prescribed. So what are the renewal fees? What are the procedure for renewal fees? First one, that is for the retention of name on the register. Prescribed fees, it should be paid annually before the 1st April. If the renewal fees that is not paid by due date, in that case, registrar they shall remove the name by default from the register, and they provided that name it should be removed, and if name it is restored only on restored to the registrar on one condition, if fees that may be prescribed fees that may be paid, then only name it should be restored. On the payment of renewal fees, the registrar shall issue a receipt. Therefore, and such receipt shall be proof of renewal of registration. An entry of additional qualifications that are obtained by registered pharmacist shall be entered in the register on the payment of prescribed fees. So, remaining two steps for renewal of fees, that is, on the payment of renewal fees, registrar give the one receipt, and receipt that is the one type of proof for the renewal fees it should be paid. An entry of additional qualification that is obtained by registered pharmacist, and it shall be entered in the register on the payment of prescribed fees. What about the removal of name from register? What are the steps or procedure for removal of name from the register? First step, that is name of pharmacist that may be removed from the register in various conditions. First one, that is if his name has been entered into the register by any error. Otherwise, second one, that is if he has been convicted of any offence in any professional respect which renders him unfit to be kept in the register. So what are the steps for removal of name from register? So first step, that is our first condition, that is if his name has been entered by error. Otherwise, second one or second option, that is if he has been convicted any type of offences in profession of pharmacy which render him unfit to be kept in register. In that case, and if the employed person is registered pharmacist, his name may be removed from the register. And third option, that is if a person that is registered pharmacist. So in that case, his name that may be removed from the register. Which type of case that is available? If convicted of offence or held guilty of infamous conduct. Second one, that is offence was investigated by registered pharmacist himself. And third one, if the repetition of similar offence or conduct during the period of 12 months. So second one, that is if pharmacist that is registered pharmacist, and if it is registered pharmacist, its name that is removed from registered in various conditions. First one, that is they convicted any type of offences or they held a guilty of any infamous conduct. Otherwise, second option, that is offence was investigated by any pharmacist himself, registered pharmacist himself. And if the repetition of similar offences or conduct during the period of 12 months or within the 1 year, so name of registered pharmacist, it should be removed from register. And pharmacist may go to the appeal to the state government within the 13 days for its offences, and a person whose name has been removed from the register that is required to surrender his certificate or registration to registrar. So if the any registered pharmacist whose name it should be removed from the register, so he or she is required to surrender his himself, his certificate or registration to the registrar. What are the issue of duplicate certificate or of registration? So what is the procedure for issue of any duplicate certificate of registration? First one, where it is shown to the satisfaction of registrar that a certificate of registration has been lost or destroyed, And the registrar may, on the payment of prescribed fees, issue a duplicate certificate in the prescribed form. So if registered pharmacists have a certificate and that has been lost or destroyed, so in that case, by payment of prescribed fees, issue a duplicate certificate in the prescribed form. After satisfaction of registrar. What are the offences and penalties regarding Pharmacy Act 1948? First one, that is offences, that is falsely claiming to be a registered pharmacist. So what are the penalties? Fine up to Rs 500 rupees on the first conviction. The second one is fine up to Rs 1000 or 6 month imprisonment of any subsequent conviction. So what are the offences? First offences, that is falsely you are claiming to be a registered pharmacist. If you are not registered pharmacist and you are claiming you are a pharmacist or you are a registered pharmacist, in that case, fine, that is a 500 for first offense or first conviction. And if you are doing same mistakes, so fine up to 1000 or 6 month imprisonment of any subsequent conviction. Second offense, that is about dispense by unregistered person. So drug or any dosage form, it should be dispensed by unregistered person. Exceptional case, that is if medical practitioner it should dispense any type of drug, that is okay. But another any uneducated person or unregistered person, they dispense the drug, that is one type of offenses. And penalties, that is about 6 month imprisonment or fine up to 1000 or both in case of dosage form dispensed by any unregistered person. Second one, that is failure to surrender certificate of registration. So if you are failure to surrender the certificate of registration, penalties, that is about fine up to Rs 50 rupees. And fourth one, that is obstructing state pharmacy council inspector, and penalties, that is 6 month imprisonment or fine up to rupees 1000 or both. So that is about penalties and offences of Pharmacy Act according to 1948. If any query or doubts related to topic, please write your question in comment box. Thank you.